Somebody once said that if you don't take care of your body, where else are you going to live, right? You see this tree behind me, it fell a few weeks ago. Well, half the tree fell a few weeks ago. The other half is still standing. But when I looked at the part that fell, I realized it was hollowed out. It had rotted on the inside. There were all kinds of things inside the trunk of the tree. There were nests, there were twigs and branches where animals had created a place to live inside this tree. And I thought about that later, and I thought, that's kind of a good metaphor for our bodies, for our health. That if we may look like everything's okay, but if we're not taking care of ourselves, things could be going awry inside, right? I read a study not too long ago that said 75% of people over the age of 50 can't balance on one foot for a minute. 75% of the people over 50 can't balance on one foot for a minute. That tells us that we're not strong. Our legs and our core is not strong enough to keep us balanced. And as we get older, we know, if you look at the research studies, that one of the biggest problems people have as they age is falling. So when I get to be 80 or 90, I'm 60 years old now, I want to make sure that I'm healthy enough to enjoy my life. So I need to be doing things now. I need to be eating well. I need to be exercising. And I need to be doing those preventive things to help me avoid problems down the road. And this can be fun. Prevention and health can be fun. In fact, I went to my doctor one time, and as part of my annual physical, he wanted to do a prostate exam. Now, if you haven't ever had a prostate exam, it only involves two things. It involves a finger and a place to put the finger. So he had me up on the exam table. I'm facing away from him. I'm facing the wall. And I noticed right there on the wall where my head is was a little Post-it note stuck to the wall. And I looked at that Post-it note, and written on that Post-it note, it said, "My view is worse than yours." So prevention can be fun. So what are the life lessons learned with all this? First of all, we need to eat right. A good balanced diet with protein and with vegetables and fruit and all the nutrients that we need. We need to get a good diet in us. We need to eat healthy. Secondly, we need to exercise. Probably 3 to 5 times a week we need to get moving. Doesn't have to be aerobic. We don't have to run a marathon, but we need to get our heart pumping and we need to get moving, do some strengthening things, strengthen our core so we maintain our balance, stay healthy from a physical perspective. And lastly, preventive things are very helpful. You get your colonoscopy when you turn 50. You go to the doctor on a regular basis for an annual physical, which would be a yearly thing, I think, if I said annual. You go to the dentist on a regular basis. You go to the eye doctor on a regular basis. Those kind of preventive things can allow us to avoid problems down the road that may cost us more to try to fix than if we had just prevented them in the first place. And so these are the things I think we can do to be healthy so that down the road we don't have the risk of falling over. At least that's what I've learned.